Alright. Welcome back, my adoring public. Pharaoh Fiasco here with more Trails of Cold Steel. So the prologue just ended last time. We beat that gargoyle boss, and now it looks like we're backing Trista. Hopefully, and this is that Class 7 dorm that we saw earlier, but couldn't really do anything with. Or at least it looks like it. Definitely Reen's room. That's my Tachi. Alright. Is that a camera? Time to get going. So, that's my dad and my sisters, looks like?
Oh, Reen!
Morning, Elliot.
Good morning. Are you heading to school now too? How about we walk there together?
Sure. It's getting late though, so we might need to pick up the pace a little.
No problem.
Why isn't Reen voiced?
I'm guessing everyone else left already, huh?
I think so. I'm not sensing anyone else on this floor, at least. What is with this sensing? Gaius in particular is probably long gone by now, being the early riser he is.
Oh, okay then. He's not sensing anyone? What does that mean exactly?
Right? Gaius said something weird like that earlier. Still with the silent treatment. Yeah, good morning.
Morning! Are you two on your way to school?
Yeah. Come on, Emma, we're going to be late. Hey, wait for me, Elisa! We'll see you in class.
I never would have guessed she'd hold a grudge this long.
Right?
She knows it was just an accident, right? She has to. Can't believe she'd be so sensitive.
No kidding. He's not even giving me the chance to apologize to her.
Well, as long as you keep trying, I'm sure she'll understand. Eventually. Class 7's got enough tension as it is, what with our two, prideful warriors at each other's throats. So I think it would be a load off everyone's mind if you and Elisa could make up at least.
I'll certainly do what I can, whatever that may be. Honestly, I have no idea. Are we... Okay, so we don't have free reign just yet. And these cherry blossoms are still falling. What was it? It was 4/17, right? April 17th? So, like 2.5 weeks. These past 2 weeks have really flown by, haven't they? It's funny. I went into this thinking combat practice would be the toughest part of the curriculum. Never would have guessed that the academic side of things would give it a run for its money. Well, strong in body and mind is pretty firmly embedded into Imperial culture. I do get what you mean, though. I figured I'd be able to coast through the year, but I've had to very quickly reevaluate that. You too, huh? I wish I were as smart as Machias or Emma. They don't seem to be having any problems at all. But then, Emma got the top score on the entrance exam, and I'll bet you anything Machias wasn't far behind. I'm sure. Eustace and Elisa are apparently doing really well too. As are Laura and Gaius. Really? Guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up then. Though I really do hope they don't mind. Huh? I'm not sure I follow. Oh, sorry. You got me thinking about Eustace and Laura. I've been talking to them the same way I talk to everybody else, but they're both nobles, right? And Eustace's family rules over the whole east side of the Empire, so it kind of feels like I should address them more formally. Well, they both said it was okay, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Though you probably shouldn't go picking fights with Eustace every chance you get, like a certain someone else. Oh, I don't plan on it. I'd hope they'd get along a bit better over time, but if anything, things seem to be spiraling downhill fast on that end. When the two of them are in the same room, there's just this constant tension in the air. It's not all Machias either. Eustace seems to enjoy provoking him at every opportunity. I can't even imagine what it would take to get them to see eye to eye at this point. A war, I would venture? Yeah. I wish there was something we could do to help them get along. Dude, start a war. It's the quickest way to do it. Or you guys can just lord it over the greenies. They're more useless than you are.
That's where we'd be if we weren't in Class 7.
The low-class dorm?
Dormitory number 2, for all the common folk like us.
Elliot still doesn't look like a commoner to me. Yeah, I guess so, huh? I'm still kinda shocked that Class 7 gets to have its own dormitory. Though to be fair, I think that building was abandoned until this year. Seems like they renovated it just for us.
Well, they did a good job. It's got a nice feel to it. I just wish it were a little closer to the academy.
Man, it's not too far.
Hey, you're in our way. Step aside at once.
How about no, bro? What do you mean? Oh, the noblesse. From the upper class dorm.
Class 7, I see.
Is something the matter?
Yeah, Draco, what's up, dude?
You're just a ragtag bunch of nobodies, aren't you? Come on, we're leaving.
Yes, Patrick! A word of advice. You might be part of a special class, but that doesn't change who you are. Never forget your place. This guy. Alright, Draco, Goyle, and Crab. You freaking jokers.
So they're from one of the upper classes.
You couldn't tell by the white uniforms?
This is why I hate talking to them.
Unfortunately, that attitude is all too common among the nobles. Thank goodness Laura and Eustace aren't like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
There are only 2 nobles in our whole class? I thought it would be a more even split.
That's the infamous dormitory number 1, where all the nobility lives. It's supposed to be super fancy inside, with maids and butlers and everything.
Why? What's the point of separating people like that? Wow, really? There's a maid right there, dude. Guess that's our cue to pick up the pace.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, hey, have you picked out a club to join yet?
Nope.
Doesn't sound like you have to or anything, but it's probably a good way to meet people.
No, I'm still looking. It's hard to decide on one. So, are there social links in this game? Well, probably just with the people in our class, I'd assume. Or maybe there's not, and I'm just like way too addicted to Persona games or whatever.
Stand. Vow.
Kirits, they.
Be seated.
Who is that?
As I'm sure you're all well aware, the Erebonian Empire was driven to the brink of collapse roughly 250 years ago.
I wasn't aware of that. Thomas Lysander.
This was brought about by the conflict we know as the War of the Lions.
I wonder if there's a game about that.
A civil war lasting several years, staged over the throne of the late emperor by the most powerful of his potential successors.
Man, this game's probably a prequel.
But of course, I'm not here to tell you that. If I were, I think even young children would be able to pass this course. Rather, I'd like to discuss the effects this had on the Empire as members of the aristocracy were drawn into the war. Many hired mercenaries turned to looting and pillaging, and a similar trend could even be seen among some of the knights. The land was left utterly devastated, and morale was at an all-time low. But then, lo and behold, into this nightmare stepped a man willing to take a stand against this bloody war of succession.
Drycles, right?
He was a wandering prince who began to rally forces from the outskirts of the Empire, and would go on to make quite a name for himself.
Probably this Drycles dude.
And that name, of course, was Drycles Rysei Arnor. He would later become known as Drycles the Lionheart, the 73rd Emperor of Erebonia and father of the Renaissance. Not to mention the founder of this very academy. Drycles' army was initially rather small in number. But as he traveled across the Empire, winning over the hearts of influential sympathizers, his forces rapidly increased. Now, the place where Emperor Drycles first began gathering his army was... Reen Schwarzer, would you care to tell the class?
Am I actually gonna have to answer this? The place where Drycles first started to gather his army was the... Did he say where it was? I don't think he said where it was. Merchant City of Crossbell? Oh, wait. I don't think that's it. I can't believe I don't know this. I should have studied harder. Was there a way for me to know that, though? Nord Highlands. It was the Nord Highlands, a region in the northeast of Erebonia. Correct. You seemed hesitant, though. Was that question a bit too difficult, perhaps? Prince Drycles' wanderings led him to the land of Nord, where he lived with the vagabonds for some time. It was there that he heard of the civil war taking place in Erebonia, and those vagabonds of Nord became his first allies. Thanks. Oh my god, dude. Why do they still make tsunderes? AP increased by 1. So if I'd gotten it right my first time, I wouldn't have got that AP increase or something? But what academic points? Okay. By making good decisions, acting appropriately, and completing quests, you will gain AP. When you've accumulated enough AP, your rank will increase the next time you report a quest. There are 15 ranks ranging from B7 to A0, and every time your rank increases, you'll receive a perk from the Academy. Okay. Thanks to Elisa's assistance, Reen received the same amount of AP that would have been granted for a correct answer. In future instances, however, AP bonuses will only be given if correct answers are given from the start. Okay, so Elisa fished me out of the water. I'm fine with that.
Nice work, everyone. You made it through another grueling day of classes.
Does that mean I have to legit study, though?
In case you've been living under a rock, please don't forget that tomorrow is your first free day. It's not technically a day off, but there are no classes, so it's up to you what to do with your time. Why, you could go shopping in the capital if you wanted to. Or just do what I do and sleep all day. Sleep is so wonderful.
I'm with her.
Will the Academy's facilities still be open for our use?
Why wouldn't they be?
Yes, I'd like to be able to use the free study area in the library myself.
Of course! This school shuts down for no one. so feel free to patronize any and all facilities as you like. A lot of clubs have meets scheduled for these free days as well, so anyone who's joined one should probably check on that.
I see.
I'll be certain to do so.
Also, before you leave, we should go over what's happening next week.
Is the
On
plot gonna take a
Wednesday,
left
you
turn?
all have your practical exam.
Oh. A practical exam.
What does that entail exactly?
It's part of your combat training.
So lots of
You'll
fighting?
be graded on your performance, so make sure you're well rested and ready for battle by then. Might be a good idea to do some training on your own time too, just to keep from getting rusty.
Is she telling me to grind?
Interesting.
I definitely don't like the sound of that.
Come on, Elliot, grow a backbone already, dude. Right? Be more like Fee.
Oh, and one more thing. After the practical exam is over, I've got another important announcement.
Who's gonna be class president?
About a major part of Class 7's curriculum that I haven't mentioned at all yet.
More surprises.
What?
Here it comes.
So, whatever you choose to do on your free day, make it count for something.
Alright.
That concludes today's homeroom. Machias, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow.
So everyone's peacing out for the day? Do we get to do stuff today too? With our afternoons and stuff? I'm a little worried about that practical exam next week. I mean, I'm still just getting used to this staff. I'd be happy to help you train if you need a sparring partner. The gymnasium looks big enough that I'm sure we'd have no trouble finding a good spot for it. That's very kind of you to offer. But I was planning on attending club practice today. Oh, you joined the club already? Which one did you pick? I decided to try for the band. Well, I'm not sure how much use they'll have for a violinist. I didn't know you played the violin, right? Did you just pick it up for fun? Yeah, something like that. How about you guys? Have you joined any of the school's clubs? Well, I'm considering joining the art club. Art, huh? Somehow that's not what I pictured for you. No pun intended. This guy, Green the Jokester over here. Do you have any artistic experience? I dabbled in it back home. Taught myself though, so I feel like this could be a good chance to learn proper technique. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'd love to see some of your work sometime. Hey, she's back to kick us out of the class. Though I think I'm pretty sure Japanese students can, well, they're not Japanese. But this is a lot like Japanese school, though. Oh, good, you're still here. Instructor? Is there a problem? No, I was just hoping you could do a teensy little favor for me. There's something I need picked up from the student council room. Something you need picked up? What would that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. All I'll say is, it's something absolutely essential to your school life. And somebody needs to go get it. Though it doesn't matter who. Any volunteers? Sure, I'll go. So is Ring gonna join the student council? If I show up in the student council room and tell them you sent me, they'll know why I'm there, right? Oh, wait. Are you sure you don't mind? You two have clubs to go to, right? I'm still totally undecided, so this shouldn't be a big deal at all. I can look into a few clubs myself along the way, in fact. Well, if you really don't mind... Thank you. The student council room is in the student union building next door. at the end of the hall on the second floor. It's open until quite late, so there's no rush. Thank you, my dear. I leave everything in your capable hands. Okay. Yeah, student council will probably fit Rean. Main character style. Okay, cool, so I do get to walk around. We've got lockers in the classroom. That's a little weird, but... Let's talk to, Instructor Sarah. The student council room's on the second floor of the student union building to the east of here. I'm counting on you. Of course, Instructor. Is there a reason you're still here, though? Don't tell anyone, but I actually left the student roster in here and forgot all about it. Good thing I remembered, though. Otherwise, I would have had to sit through another of the Vice Principal's lectures. She's not exactly a conventional teacher, is she? Oh, okay. I thought that was like... Oh. Like a skit or something. What's this say? To all new students, congratulations to all of our newly enrolled students. Have you gotten used to your new life here at the Academy yet? I hope that you enjoy your time here as much as possible. And remember, if you're ever feeling uneasy or like you need some advice, just make your way over to the Student Council room and let us know. Toa Herschel, Student Council President. Okay. So, we learned all about what's entailed... Oh, can we go into other rooms yet? This seems to be Class 5's first year classroom. Alright, so we're first years then. Alright, so we're actually going to go ahead and we'll jump right into exploring Thors Academy next time. So join me, Pharaoh Fiasco, for more Trails of Cold Steel. Bye for now, guys.